Hey Tony, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you kindly.
So I've got a spooky subject for you today.
Spooky. Am I supposed to be scared of it?
Not you. I'm sure you've got it all figured out.
Nobody's scared. Nobody's scared.
Uh, Talking about ghosts and where they tend to hide out.
Call them spirits. Come
Spirits.
on. Don't call them ghosts. Somehow the other words seem to conjure up these images. So let's call them spirits. Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess you can call them spirits. They're not all bad.
Mm-hmm. No.
So talking about spirits, there's some good spirits, bad spirits, or negative spirits, or positive spirits. Can you just kind of elaborate on what these spirits are? And
Let's think of good spirits. What would good spirits be? The first thing that comes to anyone's mind is ancestors, right? Who are protecting you and guiding you. What is a bad spirit? Maybe someone whom you have wronged when they were alive may become a bad spirit for you. Or you went and hurt a spirit. I'll tell you a little story. I had a relative in India and she had eczema on her foot, which just would not get cured, no matter how many skin specialists and such doctors she saw. Ultimately, perchance she met a spiritual guru or whatever you want to call that person, who said to her that you stepped on someone's grave and that's why you have this. He said certain things, certain prayers and visualizations that she should do, which she did, and believe it or not, it was gone and she has never had it since.
right.
So that would be a bad spirit. And you think there are mischievous spirits also? I think there are.
I think so.
Right. So they must be from some discotheques or somewhere. Yeah, the dancing spirits.
Or child's playing pranks on others.
Yeah, right.
So where do these spirits commonly hang
Live.
out or live?
Abode of Spirits. Now I know why you were calling it Abode of Spirit. Yeah, I've done a lot of research actually on this, and it is my humble study which makes me believe that our negative emotions also create something around us which we can call spirits outside of us. Let's take 3 places where we feel that these spirits live. I'm taking these 3 places which are, I think, universal beliefs all over the world. The first, obviously, burial grounds, crematorium grounds. Everybody believes that they have spirits and what you call ghosts over there. Obviously, well, it's the place of death, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, are you aware that there are lots of cultures that believe that they live on crossroads?
No, I've never heard that.
Yeah, so junctions, crossroads, that's where a lot of people believe that spirits live, and this is in Europe, in Japan, in India, in North America, So some people believe that they live there. And then, of course, these eerie places like caves, groves, old fallen trees, and dilapidated buildings, such places. Again, this you would agree if you didn't agree with the crossroads, or you didn't know.
Yeah, especially I hear lots of stories about old buildings and old spirits still lingering in them.
Right. Now, what I did was, and I started very young, I actually saw someone put stuff on the crossroads, and I started to wonder, what is this? Why are they doing this? And from then on, I started to study it. And when I study anything, I go into it with empathy, without any judgment, and I try to understand why are these people having these beliefs, or are they superstitions, or is there some fact to it. So I think what we do is these negative emotions, we project them externally, and also there are so many stories about burial grounds, etc., which are handed down from generation to generation, and this becomes collective belief. And then the collective belief creates a spirit, if I may. So let's take the first place, burial grounds. What causes us to believe that there are spirits in burial grounds? The first is fear. People are afraid of death. And this fear dominates the other negative emotions when we go to such a place, even during daytime. And so we create these images with our imagination. It's a good thing that modern cities plan things in such a way that, these crematoriums or burial grounds are not somewhere you have to, go through. But in the old days, imagine this. You're taking a shortcut. It is not very well lit. You are afraid. It's nighttime. Your mind would play all kinds of tricks. And then one of the things that is important to understand in these areas is everybody's afraid of their own death. And when they're passing there, all those fears take over, and the projection of certain images is the creation of possibility. Do you think?
Yeah, it's quite possible. Story getting retold over and over again tends to kind of grow. And
yeah, and then the makers of horror films like Hollywood and Bollywood, they play with our mind too, right?
Definitely.
And then let's look at the crossroads, which we were talking about. Whenever we are on the crossroads, it's common to lose our way, right? Do I have to go left or right? On a junction. And what is the biggest or most dominant emotion at that time? Doubt. And doubt gives rise to hesitation and fear. And that probably, because I did a lot of reading and all kinds of explanations have been given about these crossroads, ghosts, etc. And as I told you, people will leave things over there for prayers, like fruits, like incense and colors, and I don't know what, but they think, it will help those who are sick in their home or give them protection. But what do you think? Crossroads have ghosts? What is your belief? Because I can see your face. You're looking at me with disbelief. Is it possible?
It's quite possible. It's
Okay, and if it's possible, what happened after the advent of GPS? How come there are no crossroads ghosts now? Because there's no doubt everybody knows where they have to go.
I don't think ghosts have learned how to use GPS.
It's not the ghost, it's the motorist, it's the person who's walking there. Come on. And let's look at old caves where you have bats and lizards and snakes and these old fallen trees and old buildings. And if there's a new moon or a full moon, your imagination will create everything, right? And these vermin don't like you, so it's a repulsive place. That repulsion, that fear, that I don't want to be here, and some confusion also. will cause you to create a ghost or a spirit, even if they're not there. So, what I'm trying to say with this entire thing is, it's not the place, not the burial ground, not the old cave, not the crossroads, but do you think the abode of spirits is in our own negative emotions? Do you think that's possible?
It's quite true. Our mind tends to be the most powerful weapon as well as tool that we have.
Yeah, it can help us or it can hurt us, right?
Definitely.
So I would say try and keep away from negative emotions. What do you say?
Yeah, think positive.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tony.
You're welcome.